Welcome back inside UC Hell Stadium. Still a beautiful evening in northern Kentucky. Aaron Brody and Paul Fritchner with you as we welcome you inside the Florence Y'alls pregame show. Florence putting the finishing touches on a good start to this day-night doubleheader about a half hour ago. Victorious in a 2-0 contest with the Leyendas, and will enter tonight's nightcap at 9-5 on the season for the Leyendas. They enter on a 5-game skid. They're now 4-9 and hoping to set up a rubber match in tomorrow's finale between these two teams right here at UC Hell Stadium. We'll bring you in the broadcast booth. We are closing in on first pitch. Aaron Brody here, Paul Fritchner there. And this is, folks, for those of you that have been tuning in to the Battle of the Bourbon Trail all year long, this might be the primo contest of the entire shebang. On the mound tonight for the Florence Y'alls in Game 2, looking for a series victory, the lefty Nick Bennett, the top 30 prospect in the Brewers organization. On the other side, Paul, Zach Logue, the dominant lefty in the Blue Jays organization. Should be just a fantastic pitching effort tonight.
Yeah, and we saw their old high school head coach, Tim Helm from Moeller, come out here and throw the first pitch for the game. A lot of fans here from Moeller. You could hear a lot of cheering when Coach Helm went out there for the first pitch. This is a hometown affair, and it should be a lot of fun here getting started in a couple minutes.
Just a couple minutes. We now have the national anthem, so we'll take you back to the field cam. We'll pause for about 60 seconds. When we come back, starting lineups and first pitch. It is almost that time, Y'alls and Leyendas at UC Hell Stadium for the nightcap of their day-night doubleheader. Nick Bennett on the bump for the Florence Y'alls. He's been fantastic. In his last time out, went 6 brilliant innings, allowed just 1 run, got his ERA back down into the 3s, and earned his first victory of the 2020 Battle of the Bourbon Trail. And let's take a look at the men he will be facing 1 through 9 for the Leyendas here in Game 2. Luke Becker at the top of the order tonight. Cole Cottom will hit second. Luke Hires in the 3-hole starting the heart. Webb Little promoted a few spots in Zach Getsy's batting order. He'll hit cleanup tonight. Duran Elmore will hit 5th. Sam Little in the 6-hole. Jorge Pascual makes his debut in this series. He'll hit in the 7th spot. Colin Ludy hits 8th. Mike Millian, after the tough spill in left field, colliding with the wall in foul ground, he was able to walk off on his own feet, and he will not even miss a game. Back in the starting lineup for Zach Getsy's Leyendas in the 9-hole here tonight. We'll have the Freedom 1 through 9 when they come to the plate in the bottom of the 1st. But we're right up against first pitch. Umpire crew here in the nightcap tonight. Joe Kimbrough back behind the plate calling the balls and strikes. Kerry Lyle, his partner on the bases. Temperatures have cooled off a little bit here for the evening affair. Game time temperature is 76 degrees. Still partly cloudy skies. A beautiful fall evening, it feels like, at UC Hell Stadium here today. Luke Becker makes his way to the right-handed batter's box to get things started. Nick Bennett, his tradition before each start. Squat down behind the bump, remove the cap, say a quick prayer, and then it's go time. Bennett's been brilliant this year. He's got The one win I told you about, he's 1-0. Each of his first 4 starts, he went an extra frame. He could go the distance tonight. First pitch, a fastball down and in to start Becker 1-0. We are underway at 7:15 in the PM. Right back to it. Bennett finds the strike zone. The fastball is on the outer third to Becker, who's in an even 1-1 count. Bennett 6'4", staring over the top of the blonde glove, starts the motion, offers home a fastball that's fouled over the screen out of play. It's now the lefty Nick Bennett with the advantage 1-2. The defensive alignment behind Bennett, starting with the outfield from left to right, it's Tinney in left, Mitch Piotnik in center, and in right field, Brandon Pugh. We'll give you the rest of the detailed look after this 1-2 pitch from Bennett to Becker. It's on the way. Good hook, but it's going to be outside. Mike Galino, who's a great story in and of himself that we will get to in the bottom of the first inning. Thought he had strike 3 there, but no such luck. Count 2-2 to Becker. And here comes Bennett again, working with that lightning tempo. 2-2 fastball sails up. At short in this one's Kevin Watley, his double play partner Will Baker. On the edges, Dakota Hunley at third, Kevin Belsky getting the start at first. And as I mentioned, Mike Galino catching behind the plate. Good breaking ball, swung on and missed, but it squirts away from Galino. He's into a slide in front of the Leyendas dugout, and he'll have no play. It will be a strikeout swinging for Nick Bennett. But Becker will reach first base as the ball got away from Galino. Next up's Cole Cottom. He goes from the 3-hole where he's been the bulk of the Battle of the Bourbon Trail up a spot to hit second here tonight. First pitch fastball, late swing, and an early strike. Bennett now working from the stretch with the man at first. Hikes the leg in the 0-1 toss. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Bennett going right at Cottom before taking a quick trip to the rosin bag. Bounced it once, threw it right back down behind the bump. Reascended, now looks in at Galino for the sign in the 0-2 count. A nod from the lefty, who's closed from the set. 0-2 to Cottom. Fastballs popped up out of play. We'll do the 0-2 again. Affiliated farmhand versus affiliated farmhand here. Brewers on the bump, Red Sox in the box. Lefty's ready. Here's the 0-2 again. Back foot breaking ball. Becker takes off for second from his knees. Galino's throw is not in time. It'll be a stolen base for Luke Becker. And that drop third strike throughout the course of this Battle of the Bourbon Trail. 2 7s on the doubleheader date. Bennett has his pitch and the 1-2. Down and in. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Moeller High School alum versus Moeller High School alum on the mound tonight. Logan Bennett. Bennett, a 6th round draft choice for the Milwaukee Brewers. Zach Logue, a 9th rounder for the Blue Jays a couple years before. 2-2 on the way. Rolled sharply to third. Hunley into a fall to his left at third base. Gloves is hosed to first in plenty of time. Nice play, Hunley. And there is out number 1. Ground out brings up Luke Heyer, who's got another opportunity to come to the plate with a man in scoring position. Did not come through in any of his 3 chances in game 1. A big swing and a miss at a first pitch fastball. Heyer behind 0-1. Galeno will set up out for the second pitch. Here it comes. Change up and a beauty. Swung on and missed. And it's 0-2 as Hire was way out in front. You almost forget Nick Bennett has that changeup. He throws a lot of fastballs, forces you to show that you can make contact. Has the back foot breaking ball he likes to use to righties, and that changeup that is a great two-strike pitch, but he just used it. His 0-2 now will be the fastball that looked like it was 95 after the change, but it was outside. 1-2 to Luke Hire. Bennett readies, and the 1-2 on the way. Sails on him. Galeno had to leave the crouch to make the catch. 2 balls and 2 strikes, and Bennett will take another trip to that rosin bag. Luke Becker standing at second after the drop third strike and stolen base. There's 1 out, no score, just underway in Florence. Top of the first. Bennett 1 shake, then a nod. Has his pitch. The 2-2. Breaking ball and a beauty, but a little bit low. And it will be ball 3. Go to bat from Hire, fell behind 0-2, but has watched 3 straight wide of the mark. Galeno sets up in, payoff pitch from Bennett. Fastball swung on and missed. Strikeout number 2, but out number 2 in the inning. Leyendas getting 4 outs here in the top of the first as their drop third strike stands at second. And Webb Little comes to the plate, hoping to make it hurt. First pitch, fastball, scooped up in the turf from Galeno behind the plate. It'll be 1-0. The 1-0 toss, a little bit low. 2 balls, no strikes to Webb Little. Bennett acknowledges and sets. Now the 2-0 pitch. Foul tipped into the mid of Galeno for strike 1. Off to a walking lead at second is Luke Becker as Bennett sets, and his 2-1 pitch. A called strike 2 on the inside black, and Webb Little frozen, just standing in the box. Thought it was ball 3. Instead, his count's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Chad Rhodes, pitching coordinator for the Y'all, says this is a contact count. He wants to see a fastball from Bennett here. Will he get one? Pitch on the way. Breaking pitch, broken bat, flare, shallow in left field. Tinney lost it in the sun, but Kevin Whatley is there from short, the running catch. Tremendous play, Whatley. And the Leyendas will leave a man at second in a scoreless top half of the first. We go to the bottom. No score at UC Health Stadium. You're listening to Florence Y'all's Baseball on the Florence Y'all's Broadcasting Network.
Cunningham, the Great American for the Roar Insurance Agencies. Over the last many years, located right here in Greater Cincinnati. Call the Roar Agency today at 513-985-4200 or go to roarins.com. Call Alvin Roar. Call the Roar Agency today.
At Gentle Touch Grooming, your pet is treated with care and will look beautiful. Give your dog or cat the spa day they need. Gentle Touch offers spa baths, deluxe spa baths, full haircuts, and nail trimmings. Book an appointment today at 859-283-1373.
That's 859-283-1373. Gentle Touch will even offer 10% off just for mentioning this ad. They want to see those waggling tails soon at Gentle Touch Grooming.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hobart, president of Dick's Sporting Goods. I know personally how important sports are to our kids. That's why we've been working hard to make it easier for them to play. I invite you to come into our stores or shop us online. You won't believe all the changes that we've made at Dick's. We have more baseball and softball gear than ever before. An incredible selection to see all of the great changes we've made.
Couple of horses on the mound in the nightcap tonight. Nick Bennett worked fairly quickly in the top half of the first, puts up a goose egg, and now it's the Leyendas' turn to retaliate with their ace left-hander, the very talented Zach Lowe, who will go to work on Rodney Tinney, Will Baker, and Kevin Watley in the bottom of the first inning. Just underway in Florence, Kentucky, no score. Aaron Brody and Paul Fritchner with you as the Florence Y'alls look to make it a perfect 2-0 day and set up a series sweep opportunity in tomorrow's nightcap at 6:35. The reigning player of the week. If you watch episode 2 of the Game Report, Rodney Tinney making his way to the batter's box. If you did watch that second edition of what will be a weekly tradition during the Battle of the Bourbon Trail, you saw the coaches all lauding this guy Tinney for the way he sets the table for the Florence Y'alls. A first pitch fastball from Logue and a called strike. Tinney showed bunt, pulled back, but it was right there, and the count will be 0-1. 0-1 pitch, another fastball and a late swing. Tinney just fighting this off, and it's 0-2. Fastball got in on his hands. One of the things the coaches love about this guy is his willingness just for all the eyeballs to be on him and let the other 8 guys hitting behind him just slide under the radar in games. 0-2, fought off again. The at-bat will continue. But Tinney loves to go on his watch. He takes control in each plate appearance. Dennis Pelfrey and Brian White talking on and on about that in episode 2.
Yeah, for those of you who want to watch, you're watching on the YouTube channel right now. You can just click the YouTube channel and scroll through the uploaded videos. It's the last one before today's games.
0-2's at the shoulders, a sizzling fastball upstairs for ball number 1.
You guys have done a really good job with that, Aaron. You and Disco sitting behind us have done a great job of putting that together. And
1-2's in the turf for ball 2. Well, I appreciate that, and I know Disco does as well. It's a lot of fun. I'm a little bummed I don't get to be in the coaches' show this year. You know, I love my FaceTime, but I think you'd rather hear from them. It's such a tremendous group of coaches for this thing. 2-2 pitch, and it's right there. Tinney knew it. No argument. The fastball's a called strike 3. Tinney's out number 1, and it'll bring up Will Baker.
But it's just so many good nuggets, too, whether you're a high school coach or a young player, no matter what. And it just the strategy behind some of the things that they talk about, pitchers too, especially Chad Rhodes really going into depth about how they look to attack these hitters and go after those first pitch strikes. And it's something you and I talk about it, and it's also just nice to know that sometimes when we talk about it, the pitchers are being told the same thing from the pitching staff.
Will Baker watches a breaking ball that was there for a called strike 1.
But just great content there, and again, you can check it out on the Florence Y'alls YouTube channel. Just click the channel right below where you're watching it right now on YouTube.
Heavy fastball from Logue and a called strike 2.
You can see the difference here in the pitching between Bennett and Logue. I mean, the bite on these breaking pitches, the speed.
As good as it gets. 0-2, high cheddar, and a strikeout, this time swinging.
We're going to be in for a treat tonight.
If you like pitchers' duels, this does have the makings to be a tremendous one. And being at both guys, I believe, 4th time out tonight, I know that to be the case for Nick Bennett, and I believe Logue's on a weekly schedule as well. We're lucky that this isn't the first outing for both these guys. They're going to be on a strict pitch count. We might see both these guys go into the 7th inning tonight if their pitch counts afford them that, which very well could. Kevin Watley to try to extend the first, and he will take a swing and send a foul ball out of play on the first base side. 0-1. But you're right, Paul, there is a difference. You can see why these two guys are early round draft choices by big league clubs. And they work at a great quick tempo as well. Fastball runs inside. Kevin Watley evens his count at 1-1.
Yeah, Logue only 23, but he's already in AAA. Last year played in both Buffalo at AAA and New Hampshire AA in the Eastern League.
1-1's down and in for ball 2. Yeah, I think he's a guy, because he had success at every level last year. I think he's a guy where there's some COVID-19 issues, pitchers go down. We could see Logue get called up this year. Fastball's popped up out of play on the first base side. Wouldn't that be something? You go from the Battle of Bourbon Trail to pitching on a big league mound.
So how does that work, Aaron? But from your understanding of these contracts, can these pitchers just go whenever their club needs them?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I would assume that, but just the way that they're here.
2-2 and a two-seam fastball. Logue thought it was strike 3. He maybe not so generously asking where it missed. And has to reascend in a full count. Yeah, these guys, since they're not getting paid to play, don't have any sort of contract restrictions or obligations. 3-2's line sharply down the line and right, but this will push foul out of play. And in a lot of ways, the guys that are still property of affiliated clubs, they're having to adhere to their strictures even as they play through this. The Brewers have been telling Brian White, Chad Rhodes, what Nick Bennett could do as far as pitch count and innings each start. High fastball. Watley started to go. They'll appeal down, and Kerry Lyle's going to punch him out. Says Watley went around too far, so Zach Logue, a pearly start. He strikes out the side, and we go to the second, scoreless. Going to be a pitcher's duel at UC Health Stadium on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network.
Who did the Florence Freedom turn to when it was time to upgrade their scoreboard? Atlantic Sign Company. Through their branding expertise, innovation, and passion, Atlantic Sign Company will help you identify your business to your customers in a way that will exceed your expectations. From concept to the completion, their team will be with you every step of the way. Your sign represents you, your company, and your brand. So go where the Florence Freedom went for their scoreboard. Atlantic Sign Company.
Have you ever wondered what heaven tastes like? Today at the ballpark, we are giving you the opportunity to do just that. To delight your taste buds, we present Curd Town deep-fried cheese curds. These golden crispy morsels, with their gooey cheesy center, are the tasty treat that have all of the angels singing. After trying our delicious cheese curds, we can't promise you a halo, but we do guarantee a joyful stomach and a cheesy smile.
Today's game is sponsored in part by Clark Dietrich Building Systems, a military-friendly employer. Clark Dietrich offers a comprehensive lineup of steel construction products and services across the United States and abroad. Using cold-formed steel, we manufacture innovative products for interior framing and finishing, exterior framing, floor and roof framing, as well as clips, connectors, metal lath, barrier mesh, and accessories. For more information, visit our website at www.clarkdietrich.com.
Nick Bennett's first pitch fastball to start the top of the second is up for ball 1 to Duran Elmore. Aaron Brody and Paul Fritchner with you. Early goings of a 7-inning game. Another fastball, and this one must have been above the belt. It'll quickly be 2-0 to the Leyendas center fielder Elmore. Elmore, Little, Pasquale due up for the Leyendas. Here's a swing and a ground ball, fair, inside the line on the third base side and rolling towards the corner. Elmore is going to have 2 bases easy, and he'll be satisfied with that. Coasts into second with an early stand-up double. First hit allowed for Nick Bennett here in start number 4. You talked about it in game 1 today, a little bit of foreshadowing that runs might be at a premium. really on both sides of this doubleheader. That proved to be true in game one. The Y'alls emerging 2-0. But with Logue and Bennett on the mound here in game two, I don't anticipate very many runs at all. New hitter Sam Little. And Bennett hits the mitt for a called strike one. Snapping the ball back from Galino, almost taking that leadoff double personally. Pitching with a little Galino, all business on the third base side of the rubber. The lefty's 0-2. Breaking ball, where did it miss? It'll go down as ball one, and Bennett takes a trip behind the mound before even receiving the ball from Galino. He wanted that called strike, and Joe Kimbrough's hearing it from both dugouts early. Yeah.
I don't know, Jim.
Yes, more Romo, please. 1-2 from Bennett. Fastball fouled back. Sam Little stays alive. Lefty nods in agreement, sets at the belt. And the 1-2. Breaking ball, defensive swing, and a foul ball. Chopped on the first base side.
Shadow's not really playing a factor now. As you can see, the sun is set below the mound and the plate. Sometimes in these tricky afternoon games, the mound stays in the sun while the plate is shaded the way the sun angles down across the stadium. Can be tough to pick up coming out of the pitcher's hand. Not so right now.
Bennett staring at Elmore at second. Now is 1-2 home. Breaking ball down and away for ball two. Sam Little saw it in the turf. Nobody out and a man at second in the top of the second of a scoreless game. 2-2 pitch. Up and in. And with every pitch that Nick Bennett is forced to throw to Sam Little after he thought he had struck him out, you can see the frustrations growing even higher.
It's the ninth pitch of this at-bat.
Payoff on the way. Fastball, defensive swing, but a foul ball. As Sam Little continues to fight and a good at-bat. Kevin Watley playing deep at short in the back pocket of Elmore, but in the turf and left center field, creeping in, taking off on contact. May have had a chance to tag from second to third if he didn't do that. But instead, he trots back to second base, where he'll stand for Jorge Pascual.
Yeah, I think he might have had a shot because Brandon Pugh has a great arm in right field, but the ball was hit so hard that Pugh had to backtrack a bit and plant his feet. Would have been a tough throw to get it all the way from there in deep right field to third base.
There goes Elmore for third. Pitch is outside, but the throw to third base is perfect, and Mike Galino has his first gunned runner on the base paths and a long trek back to the baseball diamond. For those that aren't aware, Mike Galino was a member of the 2019 Florence Freedom Crew and suffered just a terrifying injury here at UC Health Stadium, diving headfirst into home, a neck injury. 1-0's up and out for ball two. It ended his season last year, and for lesser men, could have ended their careers, but Mike Galino never, ever said he wouldn't come back. Worked hard and diligently to make that the case, and here he is in the Battle of the Bourbon Trail, 3-0, as Bennett missed with another fastball. Jorge Pascual up, and we'll see if he has the green light. 3-0 pitch, the heat, and a called strike one. Right back to work is the lefty. His 3-1 pitch, a late swing, and the count now full. But you want to talk about a big out at third base. Changes the whole complexion of this inning. That leadoff double eliminated, payoff, swung on and missed. What a comeback bid and that at bat for Nick Bennett, who fell behind 3-0 and came up with some of his nastiest stuff all night to get a swinging strikeout of Pasquale and hang another 0 in the second. We go to the bottom half of inning number 2, scoreless at UC Health Stadium on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network.
Can't carry a bowling ball in a plastic bag. Can't rub plastic bags together to make fire. Can't turn them into swim trunks. And you can't put plastic bags in your Rumpke recycling container. Visit Rumpke.com for recycling do's and don'ts. Learn more at Rumpke.com.
Make your recycling count. Rumpke.
Hey Freedom fans, let's play a game of Did You Know, courtesy of Life Center. Did you know organ and tissue donation is life-saving and life-changing for thousands of people? How about that more than 600 people in Greater Cincinnati are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant? You can change someone's life with a simple yes when you go to renew your driver's license or state ID. Say yes and register to be a donor. Visit lifepassidon.org for more information or to register online. Life. Pass it on.
Florence Freedom fans, Walt Kelsey here for Kelsey Chevrolet on Route 50 in Lawrenceburg. Proud sponsor of your Florence Freedom. We're just 15 minutes from Florence. Take 275 west to the Lawrenceburg exit. We can handle all your automotive needs. Sales, service, parts, and body shop. We are family owned and operated, and we offer a fresh approach. We'll treat you like family. Find new roads at kelseychev.com.
We are Kelsey Chevrolet, from our family to yours.
Brandon Pugh, Jackson Pritchard, Mike Galino due up for the Florence Y'alls. Bottom 2, no score. As Zach Lowe. We'll see if Brandon Pugh can make some contact. A guy who is a tremendous table setter for the Florence Freedom last season, hoping to do the same here to start something in the second as a low breaking ball stays inside for ball 1. Now the 1-0 from the lefty. Sizzling fastball inside for ball 2. But a lot can change in an offseason. Brandon Pugh used to be a table setter. Now he's a run producer, hitting in the cleanup spot. For Brian White and the Y'alls, fastball's above the belt. 3-0 will be his count. And this is a guy you do not want to see reach first base, whether it's a base hit, pass ball, or wild pitch. He's going to take the next bag. Fastball and a called strike. 3-1. Speed to burn. If he reaches first, he will end up at second about 2 seconds later. 3-1. Fights off a fastball. And this might be one of the biggest differences you'll see in the affiliated guys versus guys that are just a little less polished, is their ability to pound the strike zone after they fall behind 3-0. It's almost like they just flip a switch and say, all right, now I'm really going to throw strikes. We saw Nick Bennett come back, get a strikeout after 3-0. Here's a 3-2 from Logue. He will not. It's up at the shoulders and ball 4. So all that speed will be at first base.
You know, speaking of
how could I not? Yeah.
But I don't know how you can go up and realistically expect to tell somebody to take a pitch when your job is to hit the baseball.
Big swing and a miss on a first pitch fastball to Pritchard. It's 0-1.
I don't know how you can realistically expect somebody like him to go up there and purposely take a pitch that wasn't even right down the middle anyway, instead of trying to hit a grand slam.
Pugh takes off for second. He will steal the bag easily. Cole Cottom's throw to second base was on the right field side, forcing Orveo Saint into it. Pugh reaches first. He's at second moments later. That played out. Go-ahead run for the Y'alls now in scoring position, but the count 0-2 on Jackson Pritchard. Logue deals, and a called strike 3. It was the fastball. He busted him in. Pritchard thought it was in, but he's out number 1.
I just don't understand how you can argue with somebody who wants to swing and hit a grand slam. Then when he gets back in the dugout, Eric Hosmer tells him that he shouldn't have celebrated after. I mean, that's what baseball needs right now. They need guys doing that. They need guys embracing that.
Mike Galino, the new hitter. Back foot breaking ball for ball one. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm starting to really come around. I used to be a guy that would pound my chest and quote the unwritten rules of baseball, but I actually hadn't heard of that one. Taking in a 3-0 count in a 7-run game. Big swing and a miss from Mike Galino.
But, I mean, look, just a couple of days before, the Blue Jays and the Marlins were playing a game. The Marlins were leading at 11-4, and the Blue Jays came back and tied the game. Now, the Marlins did win the game, but still, that's a 7-run lead.
1-1's fouled back. Yeah, absolutely. Point well taken.
So, I mean, the game's never over. That's one of the best things about baseball that baseball fans quote all the time. It's not like football where you can take a knee or basketball where you can just run the clock out. Baseball, you have to give your player a chance to swing at the final pitch of the game, and the game's not over until that. So to ask a guy to take a pitch on purpose just because they're up, it's ridiculous.
1-2 from Galino. Pugh takes off for third. Cottom's hose, not in time and not squeezed by Hire anyway. Had it been, Pugh still would have been there. But we are getting a great look at the wheels of Brandon Pugh, who has stolen second and third base and taken it upon himself after the free pass. He's trying to give the Yalls the early advantage here. Result of the pitch was outside to Galino. Here's his 2-2. Up above the belt for ball 3. And not to continue to belabor the point, but the pitcher's also trying to get the batter out there.
Exactly.
So he's not just supposed to take the out. Speaking of, a swing and a miss for a strikeout. Galino behind him. But if Mitch Piotnik can come through with 2 dead, the Yalls will have the game's first lead with Brandon Pugh just 90 feet away. First pitch, breaking ball and a beauty. Called strike 1. Piotnik, the switch hitter, in the right-handed box with the southpaw on the hill. The 0-1. Like he went back to the breaking ball, but that one, he lost the release point. Sailed outside, never broke. A ball and a strike to Piotnik. Heavy fastball and a swing and a miss for strike 2. Cottom will set up in. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball up and out for ball 2. The Yalls still without a hit. Brandon Pugh worked a walk before stealing second and third, where he stands now, hoping a teammate can come through. Loke's 2-2 pitch. Nasty back foot breaking ball. Piotnik went around too far, and that will be Yalls Broadcasting Network.
Chris Collinsworth here. Western and Southern can help you translate your financial needs. Start with a free, no-obligation insurance checkup. It doesn't take long, and it's a great way to find out how to protect your family's future. Talk to a financial translator today.
Call our Northern Kentucky office at 859-426-3300. That's 859-426-3300 for your free, no-obligation review.
Compensated endorser, Western and Southern Financial Group, Cincinnati, Ohio, R5-1307.
BRG is locally owned and operated, so we take pride in our community you choose to call home. With spacious floor plans, neighborhoods that complement your lifestyle, pet-friendly communities, 24-hour emergency maintenance communities located easy as BRG.
It's not just a truck, it's a way of life. It's who you are. It's proud, free, wild. It's a brotherhood, the Brotherhood of Tacoma. For over 50 years, Toyota has built the best, most durable, go-anywhere, do-anything trucks money can buy. That's the Toyota Tacoma, the truck that feels like it was built for you, because it is. Built in the USA. Welcome to the Brotherhood. Find out more at your Toyota dealer or buy at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
A good one in the works. No score. Top inning number 3.
Has faced 8 batters now with Ludi at the plate, and only 2 have reached so far. Faced 4 in the first and then 3 up in the second inning. Ludi pops one up on the infield, and coming over from second to make the play is Will Baker on the infield edge of the grass. Boy, that was a tough one. That ball twisted and swirled up there in the wind, but eventually came down into the glove of Baker for the first down of the inning.
Those were the least fun. Those high, sky-high fly balls on the infield. They have so much spin, they come down at an angle. Good job, Baker, just to fight with the wind there and still make the play.
So now it's Mike Millian, who was injured in the first game. He goes up swinging and pops it on the infield. Coming in is Dakota Hunley from third base in front of the mound. He backs up and he can't make the play. That's a hit, I believe. Aaron, what would you go with there?
Yeah, that's just the way it goes, unfortunately.
I'd go with a hit there. That's just a tough play.
Didn't touch it. That's kind of the letter of the law. He overran it. It fell behind him.
And so a tough way for Mike Millian to reach base if you're Nick Bennett. Turns the lineup over for Luke Becker. Bennett starts him with a called strike over the inner half of the plate. Becker, he struck out swinging, but he reached on a drop third strike and stole second, but was left there. The 0-1 pitch, way outside. That one slipped out of Bennett's hands, and it counts 1-1. Y'alls don't have a hit yet against Zach Logue. Their first couple of times through the order, only 1 base runner via a walk. Now here's the 1-1 from Bennett, and it bounces low and in. A wild pitch gets into the dugout of the Los Leyendas. That allows Mike Millian to get to second. A runner in scoring position. So Bennett behind, 2-1. Florence in their robin's egg blue uniforms with the red letters across the chests. Throws a breaking ball. So behind 3-1, the pitch from Bennett is a fastball low. That's ball 4 for a walk. First walk issued from Bennett.
Well, this is a little bit of a jam for the tall lefty. Runners at first and second in a scoreless game. He knows deep.
Bottom's organization. Florence and call his games the way he's been pitching this year. The 0-1 pitch taken into left center field. This one deep. This is sending Piotnik back to the warning track. Circles under and makes the catch. Relays back into the infield, but able to tag and go to third is Mike Millian.
Play center every day, but he makes it look easy. That was a lined BB deep into left center field, but Piotnik read it so clean off the bat, he was still able to run to the spot, get behind the baseball, and catch that coming in to give himself a better chance to make a strong throw to third base. You don't see that too often on line drives deep in the gap. You're just lucky to get there and make the running catch. But Piotnik, very, very sound out there.
So Luke Heyer now, he takes the first pitch up and in for a ball. And the 1-0 bends in across the plate for a strike.
Bennett got higher the first time. A couple of strikeouts in both games so far for this guy, but a very dangerous bat.
And the 1-1 pitch foul to the backstop. So now Bennett 1 pitch away from getting out of this jam. No score in the top of the third inning between Lexington and Florence. Here comes the 1-2. There goes the runner to second, and it's fouled to the backstop, which means Becker will have to retreat to first. Higher struck out swinging his first time up, and he's in danger of going down on strikes. Higher without batting gloves, batting from the right side. The 1-2. Bends in for strike 3. Bennett knew it, and Higher goes back to the dugout. Bennett has some words, I believe, for either Higher or the home plate umpire. One of the two. He looked in and was nodding his head a little bit. Actually, he might have been talking to the catcher, Mike Galino, as he's smiling and nodding on his way back to the dugout. A strikeout gets Nick Bennett out of the inning. And we'll head now to the bottom of the third in a scoreless affair on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hobart, president of Dick's Sporting Goods. I know personally how important sports are to our kids. That's why we've been working hard to make it easier for them to play. I invite you to come into our stores or shop us online. You won't believe all the changes that we've made at Dick's. We have more baseball and softball gear than ever before, an incredible selection of top running shoes, and we've got the hottest clubs in golf like the Callaway Epic Flash and TaylorMade M5 and M6. Stop into Dick's today to see all of the great changes we've made.
Substation 2 has been bringing Florence the freshest food at the lowest prices since 1981. You've tried the rest, now come taste the best fresh sliced sub sandwiches anywhere. Substation 2 was voted the best sub sandwich in Northern Kentucky by Northern Kentucky Magazine in 2016. Let Substation cater your next event. Give us a call at 859-371-9490 or come visit us at 7905 Dream Street in Florence. Substation 2, quality at a price you can afford.
Can't carry a bowling ball in a plastic bag. Can't rub plastic bags together to make fire. Can't turn them into swim trunks. And you can't put plastic bags in your Rumpke recycling container. Visit Rumpke.com for recycling do's and don'ts. Learn more at Rumpke.com.
Make your recycling count. Rumpke.
Paul Fritchner and Aaron Brody with you in the bottom of the third inning from UC Health Stadium. Kevin Belsky leading off for the Florence Y'alls. He shows bunt against Zach Logan. He did keep the bat out there, which means it's strike one. Belsky batting for the first time tonight. The 0-1 pitch from Logue. It's a foul ball. He was behind it, and he fouls it down in the third base stands. Zach Logue has worked quickly and efficiently. He has only allowed one base runner. Brandon Pugh walked and got to third after a couple of stolen bases. But 6 strikeouts, all of his outs via the K. The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3, make it 7. Strikeout looking. That was a beautiful pitch. And 7 strikeouts now for Zach Logue, 7 outs into the game. That's efficiency.
To say the least. And what's impressive is it's not always the same formula. When a guy's having this much success, he can kind of sometimes become predictable. Everything's going to be a fastball to finish guys, but he has mixed it up.
First pitch swinging to Dakota Hunley, who falls behind 0-1. That pitch was upstairs and went up the ladder to try and get it. Now the 0-1 from Logue. Lefty delivers, same placement, but this time Hunley able to lay off. One ball, one strike, one away, bottom of the third, no score at UC Health Stadium. A couple of Moeller grads on the mound. Zach Logue for Lexington, and for Florence, it's Nick Bennett. One ball, one strike, one away. And it's fouled to the backstop. Now it's 1-2.
And see, here's that spot where 1-2, he just punched out Kevin Belsky with a 1-2 breaking ball, but he has seen Hundley behind on each of the 2 fastballs he's thrown him. You have no idea what he's going to go to.
1 ball and 2 strikes. It misses up and away with a fastball. 2-2 now. Sun out in center field, but the rest of the field shaded. Now the 2-2 pitch from Logue, right down the middle, strike 3. I mean, what are you supposed to do about that? That's 8 strikeouts now. These hitters completely overmatched.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Leyendas, since we're all just kind of playing for fun here, send Logue out there with no defense behind him and see if he can go back in having struck out the side and not needed anybody. Well, a catcher, but he has still not used his defense once.
Rodney Teddy now struck out swinging his first time up, and the first pitch from Logue is outside, ball 1. A fastball.
For Florence Y'all's players, though, this is how you get better. You take on a guy with AAA stuff that I think is just a matter of time until he's in the big leagues. When you get a base hit or you have a good at bat.
The 1-0, Tenney shows bunt again, but again, Logue misses upstairs, and it counts 2-0 now with 2 away in the bottom of the 3rd.
But it just helps take your confidence to a whole new level. No matter who's out there on the mound, you know you can have success.
2-0 pitch. Tenney kind of drag swung that one and fouled it back above our heads.
Went back to the old softball swing. A couple of shuffle steps in the box.
Now the 2-1 to Tenney. Fastball, and it's hit on the ground to short. Throw on to first from Colin Ludy is in time, and, well, they did need the defense, Aaron. Zach Logue would have been running wild out there in left field if he didn't have his defense there. No score between Florence and Lexington on the Florence Y'all's Broadcasting Network. Have you ever wondered what heaven tastes like? Today at the ballpark, we are giving you the opportunity to do just that. To delight your taste buds, we present Curd Town deep-fried cheese curds. These golden crispy morsels, with their gooey cheesy center, are the tasty treat that have all of the angels singing. After trying our delicious cheese curds, we can't promise you a halo, but we do guarantee a joyful stomach and a cheesy smile.
Today's game is sponsored in part by Clark Dietrich Building Systems, a military-friendly employer. Clark Dietrich offers a comprehensive lineup of steel construction products and services across the United States and abroad. Using cold-formed steel, we manufacture innovative products for interior framing and finishing, exterior framing, floor and roof framing, as well as clips, connectors, metal lath, barrier mesh, and accessories. For more information, visit our website at www.clarkdietrich.com.
Bill Cunningham, the Great American for the Roar Insurance Agencies. Over the last many years, Alvin Roar at Roar Insurance Agency has handled all my personal and business needs. They are a large and growing national insurance business located right here in Greater Cincinnati. Call the Roar Agency today at 513-985-4200 or go to roarins.com. Call Alvin Roar. Call the Roar Agency today.
Top 4, no score here on the Florence Y'all's Broadcasting Network. First pitch from Nick Bennett to Webb Little is popped up foul down the third base line. And Aaron, your impressions of this game so far?
A couple of outstanding arms on the mound like we knew we were getting, and they have lived up to the billing. 3 straight zeros. Logue, of course, with all the strikeouts. Bennett trusting his defense more, but just as effective.
0-1 pitch, misses outside, a ball and a strike.
And we have seen Nick Bennett come up with more pressure pitches with guys on base and in scoring position than that of Logue, which are tougher assignments, but he has stood tall.
1-1 pitch popped up down the left field line. Rodney Tenney runs over toward the foul line and makes the catch. 1 away.
Really long, laborious innings. You're going to have the quicker games, but there's just a crispness to this. Both pitchers are in complete control. They're setting up hitters. They're the ones dictating these at-bats right now, not the guys in the box.
Bennett starts off Duran Elmore with a breaking ball up and away. 1 ball and no strikes to him. Now the 1-0. Up and away again. 2 balls and no strikes. Bennett falls behind 3-0. 3 straight fastballs up and away. There's a fastball from Bennett that comes in for a strike. The 3-1 finds his zone, and he fights back from 3-0 to 3-2. The 3-2 popped up and out of play.
Exciting night in Lexington tonight as well. The Freedom are up there right now taking on the Lexington Legends, and this, of course, being the night Brandon Phillips makes his debut at second base for the Legends. He will finish out the Battle of the Bourbon Trail playing for that Lexington Legends squad. He'll be here next week.
A swing and a miss. Strike 3. Another strikeout for Nick Bennett. That's his 5th, but still has to keep pace with counterpart Zach Logue, who has 8.
Yeah, you don't want to get too caught up in trying to win the strikeout total, though he might be John with Logue right now in the dugout. Those two, of course, know each other well, both affiliated guys. But he's having just the same amount of success.
And this one, a foul ball down the left field line off the bat of Sam Little.
In terms of the score, neither one of these guys have given an inch. They've come up with the pitches they have needed when those pitches were needed most.
The 0-1 pitch bends into the zone. Strike 2. This has been a treat of a game, Aaron.
It's almost like we're calling an affiliated game here in terms of the guys on the mound.
The 0-2 with 2 outs in the top of the 4th. That's strike 3, no doubt about it. 6th strikeout for Bennett. And it's time to go to the bottom of the 4th with Bennett trailing Logue by 2 strikeouts. 14 combined between the two of them. No score on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network.
Chris Collinsworth here. Western and Southern can help you translate your financial needs. Start with a free, no-obligation insurance checkup. It doesn't take long, and it's a great way to find out how to protect your family's future. Talk to a financial translator today.
Call our Northern Kentucky office at 859-426-3300. That's 859-426-3300 for your free, no-obligation review.
Compensated endorser, Western and Southern Financial Group, Cincinnati, Ohio, R5-1307.
At Gentle Touch Grooming, your pet is treated with care and will look beautiful. Give your dog or cat the spa day they need. Gentle Touch offers spa baths, deluxe spa baths, full haircuts, and nail trimmings. Book an appointment today at 859-283-1373. That's 859-283-1373. Gentle Touch will even offer 10% off just for mentioning this ad. They want to see those waggling tails soon at Gentle Touch Grooming. Hey Freedom fans, let's play a game of Did You Know, courtesy of Life Center. Did you know organ and tissue donation is life-saving and life-changing for thousands of people? How about that more than 600 people in greater Cincinnati are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant? You can change someone's life with a simple yes when you go to renew your driver's license or state ID. Say yes and register to be a donor. Visit lifepassidon.org for more information or to register online. Life, pass it on.
Bottom of the 4th inning now as we plow through this one, just as Zach Logue has plowed through this Florence lineup. Aaron, 8 strikeouts through the first 9 outs he's had to record.
Yeah, he's been marvelous. But what have you done for me lately? He needed his defense on the third out back in the bottom of the third. Maybe now he's going to start pitching to contact.
First pitch from Logue is low and in. It's really hard to understate, Aaron, what kind of performance we're seeing here. I mean, this is incredible.
And both guys want it. You know, they know the other guy on the other dugout on the hill. Each one of them wants to be victorious in this one.
Swing and a miss.
So you're getting their best stuff. Neither of these guys are big leaguing this. They're two very good kids. They love playing the game. They wanted to continue playing in a COVID-19 riddled year. And they are showing their absolute best here in the Battle of the Bourbon Trail.
A 1-1 right down the middle. Strike two.
I think Will Baker is one of those guys in this Florence Y'alls lineup who could do a little damage on Logue if he can get that barrel on it. He has been some kind of hitter here in his first couple weeks with the Y'alls. Had a good game one.
A 1-2 drifts outside. Even the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Had a double and a single. A 2-for-3 performance. Had the batting average at .326 coming into this one. And is now closer to 400. Got a homer. It was a grand slam a couple weekends ago. He's a threat.
A swing and a miss. What do you know? Another batter, another strikeout. This time swinging. And that's strikeout number 9. Only one base runner so far for Florence. That was Brandon Pugh, who got on via the walk, or else we may be seeing a perfect game here, but so far a no-hitter.
So far a no-hitter, and it was the right guy that he walked for Y'alls fans. That might be what it takes in this game. A free pass, a couple steals, and a productive out. One run very well could win this one, the way these two horses are dealing.
And the first pitch slowing in to Kevin Watley, who struck out his first time up. Rodney Tenney, the only one that hasn't struck out both times up so far. And a 1-0 pitch slowing in. But he swings at it for strike one. Everybody has struck out tonight. So take that for what it's worth.
Minus Pugh.
And the 1-1 swung over the top of strike two. Good catch there, Aaron. Be hard to strike out and walk in the same plate appearance. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, bottom of the fourth, no score. Pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3, that's double digits. Strikeout number 10.
And again, he's still being resourceful. It's not as though it's just setting them up and then blowing them all away. These hitters don't know when that hammer of a breaking ball is coming. He hasn't always thrown it in 2 strike counts. And if you're thinking breaking ball, that 93, 94 mile an hour fastball with 2-seam movement will get on you rather quickly. So he's winning the cat and mouse game, and he's got the dominant stuff to go with it.
First pitch to him is called for a strike on the inner half of the plate. No balls and a strike. Brandon Pugh, the only one that has not struck out tonight, as Aaron pointed out just a second ago. And now Pugh, as fast as you can blink your eyes, finds himself behind 0-2.
Sure makes pitching a lot easier for Logue when he always gets to be advantaged in the count. This is how he's got the strikeout numbers so high. He has pitches to waste. Batters don't know if he's going to or what they're about to get.
The 0-2 popped up foul down the third base line. It'll drift out of play.
And I think that was the slider, which we haven't seen much. He's got the big breaking ball and, of course, the fastball with the 2-seam run. But I think that was a hard slider that we saw maybe the first time, and Pugh did a good job just fighting it off to see another pitch.
0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. That's 11 strikeouts for Zach Logue. And we'll head now to the 5th. No score between Florence and
Southern can help out how to protect your
3300. That's 859-426-3300 for your free, no obligation review.
Compensated endorser, Western and Southern Financial Group, Cincinnati, Ohio. R513.
Florence Freedom fans, Walt Kelsey here for Kelsey Chevrolet on Route 50 in Lawrenceburg. Proud sales, service, parts, and body shop. We are family owned and operated, and we offer a fresh approach. We'll treat you like family. Find new roads at kelseychev.com.
We are Kelsey Chevrolet, from our family to yours.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hobart, president of Dick's Sporting Goods. I know personally how important sports are to our kids. That's why we've been working hard to make it easier for them to play than ever before. An incredible selection of top running shoes. And we've got the hottest clubs in golf, like the Callaway Epic Flash and TaylorMade M5 and
Ready to go now in the top of the fifth, and this is a ground ball up the middle off the bat of Jorge Pascual. Only the third hit tonight for either team, and all three hits have come from Lexington. Zach Logue pitching a no-hitter on the other side. But leading off here, it's Jorge Pascual with a hard grounder up the middle. Top of the fifth inning, no score. Nick Bennett continuing to work on the mound. Worked himself out of a jam in the third inning. Runners on the corners and was able to get out of that one. Colin Ludy to the plate. Shortstop popped out to the second baseman his first time up. We'll see what he can do with a runner on first. Top of the fifth, no score. Ludy takes the first pitch low and in, blocked up by the catcher Galino. One ball and no strikes. 6 strikeouts for Logue on the mound, but 11 from his counterpart, Zach Logue. Next pitch to him. Across the heart of the plate for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Paul Fritchner, Aaron Brody with you on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network. In a game that is just over an hour old, we're already in the top of the fifth. Here comes the 1-1. Breaking ball outside. Bennett just didn't get on top of that one. And it's 2-1. Pascual on first. Not a huge lead. On deck, it's Million. Then the lineup turns over for Becker. Florence still looking for their first hit, but that'll have to wait until at least the bottom half of this inning. Popped up on the infield. Down the third base line, coming over from short, it's Watley, and just in fair territory, he makes the catch for the first out of the inning. So now it's Mike Million, who suffered a very scary injury in the first game of this doubleheader. Million was playing left field, and there was a ball that was hit tailing down the left field line. As we see Million face the first pitch here, it's low and in. It bounces for ball 1. Million went over to dive and make the play. The ball bounced off the end of his glove into fair territory and then out of play for a ground rule double. But more importantly, as it relates to him, he dove for the ball, and there's no padding on the wall down in left field, so he dove and slammed right into the wall. Now Million puts a charge into this one into left field. Tenney to the warning track, but makes the catch. And that's the second out. So now with 2 outs, the lineup goes back to the top for Luke Becker. There goes the runner to second after the first pitch was called for a strike. The runner gets in there. Jorge Pascual slides around the tag. Will Baker, talking to the umpire, thought maybe he got the tag in there. The pitch was a strike. So Bennett still can concentrate on getting the batter with 2 outs, but runner in scoring position.
I think Baker thought Pasquale had overslid the bag. He's going to place a tag on him when he wasn't touching it.
Here's the 0-1. Check swing, but it was a strike anyway. And now Bennett just one good pitch away from being out of the inning in the twilight hours here in Florence.
Such a big pitch from Bennett. You would much rather face Cottom and higher in a brand new inning with maybe nobody on base than to get those guys up here with ducks on the pond.
The 0-2, there goes the runner to third. The pitch was high, but the throw is in time by a mile. That wasn't even close. Another caught stealing from Mike Galino, his second of the night. Galino on fire down to third. And we will head down to the bottom of the 5th. Florence and Lexington knotted at 0. There's no score. It's a pitcher's duel. And we'll head to the 5th for Florence coming to the plate, where Zach Logue has 11 strikeouts. Can he add to the total? We'll see after this on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network.
At Mount St. Joseph University, we inspire students to think beyond the classroom and redraw the bounds of what's possible for their future. Students are prepared for what it takes to succeed in their careers and in life. Nearly 99% of those who earn a degree from the Mount are employed, going to grad school, or volunteering within 6 months of graduating. This reflects the career certainty that comes from an education at the Mount. Connect with us today by visiting msj.edu.
BRG is locally owned and operated, so we take pride in our community you choose to call home. With spacious floor plans, neighborhoods that complement your lifestyle, pet-friendly communities, 24-hour emergency maintenance, the amenities are endless. Come home to BRG Apartments. With communities located in Cincinnati and Dayton, Ohio, as well as in northern Kentucky, we have something for everyone. Finding your new home is as easy as BRG.
Substation 2 has been bringing Florence the freshest food at the lowest prices since 1981. You've tried the rest, now come taste the best fresh sliced sub sandwiches anywhere. Substation 2 was voted the best sub sandwich in Northern Kentucky by Northern Kentucky Magazine in 2016. Let Substation cater your next event. Give us a call at 859-371-9490 or come visit us at 7905 Dream Street in Florence. Substation 2, quality at a price you can afford.
Back here for the bottom of the 5th inning, and we will see Jackson Pritchard, Mike Galino, and Mitch Piotnik up here for Florence. But Aaron, it has been a masterful pitching performance so far.
Yeah, it really has. We're seeing plenty of strikeouts. We're also seeing guys make tough pitches and out-sequence hitters mentally and then put them away with the physical dominance on the hill. It's been really something to behold watching these two affiliated arms go toe-to-toe here in the nightcap tonight.
And the first pitch is a called strike. Next pitch, strike 2. And quickly it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Lowe going 1-0 with the Blue Jays AAA affiliate in Buffalo last year. Did have a 5.4 ERA.
And the 1-2 pitch low and away.
But as Chad Rhodes has been sure to teach me this season, ERA really isn't a stat that matters in the development of pitchers. So they're not going to worry about that.
2-2 popped up foul behind the plate.
It's the progression. It's the stuff. And Logue has plenty of that as he's put on display. His numbers in AA were better, a 4.10 ERA, but a 3-7 record. So it's not all been a bed of roses for Zach Logue in affiliated ball, but he's still someone with the arrow pointing up. Getting better. Fine-tuning his craft and certainly still fine-tuning his pitches that he has commanded precisely in this one.
3 balls and 2 strikes after that pitch. Now the full count pitch right down the middle, called strike 3. And that's strikeout number 12 for Zach Logue. Except for the 1 walk to Brandon Pugh and the ground out to Rodney Tenney. Those are the only 2 non-strikeout results.
Yeah, it's 13 outs and 12 strikeouts for Logue. That is dominance personified.
Mike Galino goes up and tries to end that streak. It's 4 straight strikeouts since the ground out from Tenney, but the first pitch to him outside. And a bender for ball 1. Now the 1-0 pitch. That one bends into the zone for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. No score in the bottom of the 5th inning. Florence still looking for their first hit. Here's the 1-1. Fastball outside.
We could be headed for a Pelfrey Rule 8th inning here tonight. Sudden death baseball, the Battle of the Bourbon Trail, one of the many factors that brings so much excitement to this tremendous league.
Now the 2-1 called for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and only 1 out. So Florence, some cushion here in the bottom of the 5th, but they got to get a runner on. Runners few and far between tonight for Florence. The 2-2 fought off down the first base line, and again, the Florence batters late on the swing.
If you want a couple of stats that do matter for Zach Logue as the Blue Jays evaluate what they have in this left-hander, it would be this. In AA and AAA last year, where he spent all of the 2019 season, 83 strikeouts to just 36 walks.
Now, not late. Mike Galino turning on that one and ripping it into the third base dugout. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The pitch popped up, fouled. Big battle here from Mike Galino. Seeing a lot of pitches.
And Galino did this his first time up too. He worked the count full, fought off some tough pitches. Ultimately, he did go down with a swinging strikeout, but he's worked another good at bat here, and he is more than familiar with what Logue's throwing.
2-2. Another foul ball down the first base line. That one jammed in on his hands, and what a play by one of the Florence ushers. Did not even budge, still had his feet crossed as he's leaning against a handrail. Stuck his hand out and made the catch barehanded. What a play. Can't see who that is down there, but the 2-2 swung on and missed, and that's strikeout number 13 for Zach Logue. 13 strikeouts in 14 outs. And Florence is still looking for their first hit. That's 75 pitches for Logue. And a quick conversation out there on the mound from pitching coach Chad Martin, and the infield came in. We'll see what that discussion had to do with.
I think the infield is just trained to go on the mound whenever the manager comes out.
First pitch swung on and missed from Mitch Piotnik.
For the first time ever, we couldn't say he was going out to check on the pitcher. I think Logue's doing okay.
And the 0-1, grounded back up the middle. A ground ball. This one could be close and going to first, but in time. Mike Millian with the throw to Webb Little. Mitch Piotnik gave it everything he had, trying to beat that infield grounder out for a hit, but not to be. And we'll head now to the 6th as Florence still looks for their first hit, but the game still looks for its first run. It's scoreless into the 6th on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network.
At Gentle Touch Grooming, your pet is treated with care and will look beautiful. Give your dog or cat the spa day they need. Gentle Touch offers spa baths, deluxe spa baths, full haircuts, and nail trimmings. Book an appointment today at 859-283-1373. That's 859-283-1373. Gentle Touch will even offer 10% off just for mentioning this ad. They want to see those waggling tails soon at Gentle Touch Grooming.
Can't carry a bowling ball in a plastic bag. Can't rub plastic bags together to make fire. Can't turn them into swim trunks. And you can't put plastic bags in your Rumpke recycling container. Visit Rumpke.com for recycling do's and don'ts. Learn more at Rumpke.com.
Make your recycling count. Rumpke.
Chris Collinsworth here. Western and Southern can help you translate your financial needs. Start with a free, no-obligation insurance checkup. It doesn't take long, and it's a great way to find out how to protect your family's future. Talk to a financial translator today.
Call our Northern Kentucky office at 859-426-3300. That's 859-426-3300 for your free, no-obligation review.
Compensated endorser, Western and Southern Financial Group, Cincinnati, Ohio, R5-1307.
We're into the sixth in a very fast-moving game here on the Florence Y'all's Broadcasting Network, and in for the last, well, I'd say couple of innings, but who knows, although the game can't go longer than the eighth according to the new rule that we've instituted this year for the Battle of the Bourbon Trail. But to take you through the play-by-play for the rest of the game, it's my partner, Aaron Brody.
Thank you, Paul. What a performance on both sides so far in this one. Nick Bennett and Zach Logue, the very anticipated matchup of two tremendous and current affiliated guys, has lived up to the billing. Nothing but zeros on the board through 5 frames as we go to the 6th, and Nick Bennett's day will be done. The big lefty was superb yet again. Over 5 innings, he scattered 3 hits, did not allow a run, walked 1, and struck out 6. The new arm for the Y'alls is the power right-hander Jared Cheek, who spent time in the Chicago Cubs organization before joining the Florence Freedom in 2019. This will be his 6th appearance. He leads all Florence arms in appearances, and he's yielded good performances time and time again. He'll go to work with Luke Becker to start things off in the 6th, and he'll bury a fastball to fall behind 1-0. For the first time tonight, we have queued up Brian White in that Y'all's first base dugout on our wireless mic. 1-0 pitch is down in the turf for ball 2. Brian hoping that his Florence squad can scratch across the game's first run in the 6th, win this one in regulation. 2-0. Lifted in the air to left towards foul ground. Rodney Tinney giving chase, loses the hat, and watches this one fall on the grassy berm. Out of play for strike number 1. Just a 7-inning game. But as Paul alluded to, we could see sudden death baseball in the 8th. Being the home team, Brian White, if we do get to that point, would have his pick of whether or not he wanted to take the field defensively and get 3 outs, or come to the plate with a man at first base, try to manufacture the run. 2-1 on the way to Becker, fought off. Little bleeder is going to fall into left field for a base hit, played on a hop by Rodney Tinney, and another Leyenda is aboard. Nick Bennett did great work all night pitching around base runners. Did have 1 walk in the 3 hits. There were 4 total guys reach base, but Mike Galino bailing out his pitcher a couple of times with caught stealings for big outs, and none bigger than the 3rd out at third base to end the 5th. Cole Cottom takes a swing at a first pitch fastball and will fall behind 0-1 as he gets in there to face Cheek. So just in case anyone's confused at home, if the team defensively in that extra inning gets out of the inning without that runner at first base scoring, they win. They get a fictitious run put on the board. Breaking ball, a called strike. It's 0-2 to Cottom. The run does not go down as an earned run, but it will go on the line of the last pitcher to have pitched for the previous team, or in their previous inning. For the team that came to the plate, I should say. The breaking ball swung on and missed. Caught him down on strikes. Jared Cheek has out number 1. As he sits down Cole Cottom, and will bring up Luke Heyer with the man at first. 1 out.
I really like that extra innings rule. We'll have to see how it plays out if we get there, but haven't seen it yet. Just adds another element to the game like this.
Cheek sets. And his first pitch to higher. Breaking ball in the turf, but bodied up well behind the plate by Mike Galino, who hasn't gotten a chance to catch in a professional game in over a year, but has looked sharp, to say the least, behind the dish tonight. .1-0 from Jared Cheek. Fastball hits the mitt, but will not get the call. It'll be 2-0 to Luke Heyer.
I'm not sure how much I'd like that rule in the major leagues right now, but
well, I think it beats the international tiebreaker.
Really?
That they have implemented, starting every inning, every extra inning with the man at second. Fastball's down and in for ball 3.
I kind of like that rule.
Do you?
Yeah,
See, I don't think it works. Even in the Frontier League, in the Major League Baseball, it's even a whole nother level of caliber of talent. But even in the Frontier League, guys are able to manufacture that run at second with a bunt and a fly ball very easily. And I think it's even easier in the big leagues. Fastball will be called a strike on Luke Heyer.
Yeah, it's like if the away team doesn't score in the top of the 10th,
it's a guarantee.
You bunt the guy over to third, and a sac fly wins the game.
Mm-hmm.
Although I guess that's kind of what they're going for with the rule, to try and speed these games up.
Here's a swing and a line drive into right center field. Mitch Piotnik was playing Heyer more towards the power alley, so the center fielder gets to this one easy and wants to show off his gun as he throws behind the runner at first base, but to no avail. Back in there safely is Becker.
Where are you going?
As Brian White laughs at Mitch Piotnik for pulling the trigger on the throw. But hey, nothing hurt. It was a one-hopper. It was a little bit up the right field side of first base. But Belsky got to it on a bounce. No harm, no foul. And maybe now they won't try to go first to third on base hits to the power alley with Mitch Piotnik and his hose out there. Flyout brings up Webb Little. Cheek will start him. A fastball that's chopped into the turf. Baker fields at second. Little shuffle pass over to second base where Watley is. And they get the lead runner for out number 3. So Jared Cheek picking up where Nick Bennett left off. Another scoreless frame. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 0-0 at UC Health Stadium. Will it be Logue back on the bump? Come back to the Y'all's Broadcasting Network and find out. Back in 90 seconds.
Cunningham, the Great American for the Rohr Insurance Agencies. Over the last many years, Alvin Rohr at Rohr Insurance Agency has handled all my personal and business needs. They are a large and growing national insurance business located right here in Greater Cincinnati. Call the Rohr Agency today at 513-985-4200 or go to rohrins.com. Call Alvin Rohr. Call the Rohr Agency today.
At Gentle Touch Grooming, your pet is treated with care and will look beautiful. Give your dog or cat the spa day they need. Gentle Touch offers spa baths, deluxe spa baths, full haircuts, and nail trimmings. Book an appointment today at 859-283-1373. That's 859-283-1373. Gentle Touch will even offer 10% off just for mentioning this ad. They want to see those waggling tails soon at Gentle Touch Grooming.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hobart, president of Dick's Sporting Goods. I know personally how important sports are to our kids. That's why we've been working hard to make it easier for them to play. I invite you to come into our stores or shop us online. You won't believe all the changes that we've made at Dick's. We have more baseball and softball gear than ever before, an incredible selection of top running shoes, and we've got the hottest clubs in golf like the Callaway Epic Flash and TaylorMade M5 and M6. Stop into Dick's today to see all of the great changes we've made.
Well, the dominating start for Zach Logue will come to a merciful end after 5 brilliant innings of work tonight for the lefty. He struck out 13 Florence Y'alls. And for those math majors at home, 3 outs an inning, 5 innings, 15 total outs, 13 of those via the strikeout. Dominating effort for Logue, but he cannot win. 0-0 the score as Henry Owens takes over, the former major leaguer for the Boston Red Sox. And he'll face Kevin Belsky first, misfiring on a first pitch fastball down at the shoe tops for ball 1. Owens' last outing was a performance to forget. In one inning of work, he allowed 4 home runs to 4 different Florence Freedom hitters. Gets a big swing and a miss from Belsky here to even the count 1-1. That, of course, in that 20-4 rout, Freedom over Leyendas on Sunday afternoon here at UC Health Stadium. 1-1 on the way to Belsky. He fights it off and fouls it off, falling behind 1-2. Craig Massey, Tyler Fitzgerald, Cesar Trejo, and Brian Danzero all going deep on this lefty Owens in that inning. My favorite part about it, though, was his sense of humor after the inning was over. He was left out there to find all 3 outs, facing 11 batters in the process. Fastball will miss outside to even the count 2-2, but after that 3rd out was recorded, Owens took his cap off and tipped it to the crowd as he walked to the dugout. Almost like saying, "You're welcome, I know you had fun watching that. No problem." 2-2 on the way. Down and away. It's a full count to Belsky. Y'all's looking for their first base hit in this one. Logue was truly unhittable. He did walk 1 batter in Brandon Pugh, who stole 2nd and 3rd. And the 1 threat the Y'alls were able to build off the left-hander. Payoff on the way to Belsky. That's above the belt for ball 4. And the Y'alls have the go-ahead run at first base via the base on balls.
Well, now let's see what they can manufacture.
Hey, look at me.
Dakota Hundley's spot is due up, but it will not be Hundley coming to the plate to face Henry Owens. It'll be the player of the game and our leader of today's day-night doubleheader, Harrison DeNicola, who got game 2 off, but will now swing the stick, facing Henry Owens. Lefty-on-lefty battle here. First pitch. Tied him up. Inside fastball and a swing and a miss. Owens leaning in for the sign, has the one he wants and sets. Now he'll pick to first base with a deceptive lefty move. But Belsky was not fooled. Back on the base without a slide. Nothing game. Fastball is well spotted on the outside corner. 0-2 to DeNicola. That broke the scoreless tie in that game. Earlier in the ball game, however, that was in the bottom of the 3rd. And the Y'alls would tack on one more run of insurance in the 6th. 0-2 on the way. Fastball's down and out. It'll be 1-2 to the former Marlins product. Back to the top in Rodney Tinney. After DeNicola. Owens sets. And the 1-2 home. Good breaking ball, swung on.
Get down.
Check swing. They'll throw to second as trying to steal was Belsky, and he is gunned out. Breaking ball was in the right-handed batter's box, but bodied up perfectly by Cole Cottom. His throw to the bag right on time. And that will be out number 1 in the inning, and there goes the go-ahead run off the base paths. So we have seen 3 outs on the base paths. Caught stealings today, but that is the first for the Y'alls. 2-2 pitch. hit high in the air. First base side and making its way towards the seats. This will fall bouncing off a picnic table and out of play.
Steve
and Greg will get to this one without any competition. He came up second best in a race earlier for a foul ball, but this time with nobody giving chase. Souvenir number 361 for Steve and Greg.
Thought I did all right with the play-by-play of that one earlier.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Not quite Larry Comus with the Derby, but we'll get there someday.
2-2. Throw in the hands, flare, trouble towards left, but making the running catch is Luke Heyer. A few steps into the outfield turf. 2 away. Y'all's manager Brian White mic'd up with us in the Y'all's dugout. He is who named Rodney Tinney Player of the Week on episode 2 of the Game Report. Tinney shows bunt, almost like he's sacrificing. Showed it early, pulled back, and it's called a strike on the outside corner. But there is nobody on base to sacrifice. Just trying to get in the head of Owens. Falls behind 0-1, now squares around again. And we'll watch this one miss outside to even the count 1-1. And Cole Cottom and Rodney Tinney have to be separated by Joe Kimbrough, the home plate umpire, jawing back and forth in the batter's box. Getting chippy down there, but Joe Kimbrough able to get in between and stop it before it became really anything. Time will be called now, and Joe Kimbrough is going to issue a warning to both dugouts, and this is not because of somebody in either dugout. It's because of the two guys that are about 3 inches away from each other, and Tinney and Cottom. Joe Kimbrough's seen enough. 1-1 from Owens. Tinney lays down the bunt. Owens slides, and he'll turn, fire, and Tinney runs into the first baseman. He has a right to the baseline. Everybody's going to be safe. The throw from Owens got into foul ground, and due to interference, Tinney should be awarded second base, which is where he is heading right now. Everybody for the Leyendas making their way towards second base as Rodney Tinney has apparently angered the entire Leyendas crew. Down on the field right now, Joe Kimbrough all the way out at first base. Joe Kimbrough and Kerry Lyle are now going to have a conversation about giving Rodney Tinney second base. The throw did not leave the field of play because of the collision between Rodney Tinney and the first baseman Webb Little. Sailed past first and rolled into foul ground, but it was fielded and thrown back in by the right fielder Sam Little. It looked like they gave Tinney second base due to interference, but honestly, Paul, I thought both guys had a right to the bag trying to make the play there.
Yeah, and that's such a tough one to judge, especially with the way it happened. Tinney just running through the base, and he ran into Webb Little, almost football style, kind of lowered his shoulder. So it's a tough one to judge. Scoring the game here.
Have fun with that.
Scoring the game is, you may see the pregame show. I guess you go with a hit, and then he goes to second on the throw.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, I think it might have angered the Leyendas that Rodney Tinney was so confident in his abilities to reach, even with everybody knowing that he was bunting. And every single one of those bunt attempts, it was like a sacrifice. He squared early, like he was giving himself up, but there's nobody on base. And I think it just highlighted their annoyance that he ended up laying down a perfect bunt and beating the throw to first base. But I think even in the event that that was a perfect throw and Webb Little didn't get taken out by Tinney running through the bag, he still would have been there. So I agree with the single and then the error potentially allowing him to move to second. But I think they gave it to him because of interference, and that, it sounds like, may have just got Zach Getze ejected from the game. I thought they might have run him, but he's just walking back to the dugout. He may have hung in there.
Tension in the air right now.
There is.
The warning that was issued right before that pitch between Tenney and Cole Cotton behind the base, or behind the plate. There was already a little tension that maybe
sit down, Ronnie.
did Tenney
Sit down.
Right.
No, baby.
And he did it bunting his way on, which baseball purists probably wouldn't be happy about in the late stages of a game to break up a no-hitter, but that's what happened. So Will Baker steps in now to face Owens after a long delay. And the lefty will miss outside with the fastball to fall behind 1-0. Tenney now standing at second base, representing the go-ahead run in a 0-0 game. The 1-0, good breaking ball and a called strike. Baker 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts, but then again, who wasn't? Facing Zach Logue tonight. Owens sets. Tenney takes off for third. It's the wheel move. Nobody's at third base, and Tenney's going to steal the bag easy. So it's just worked out for the Yalls that each of their 2 base runners tonight, or at least 2 of their 3, have been Brandon Pugh and Rodney Tenney, so easily able to find themselves at third base a few pitches later. And the ability to steal bags, huge, especially in scoreless games. Breaking ball down and in to Baker. His count will be 2-1.
There's 2 outs here, runner on third base. You get that run in, and all of a sudden, the 7th inning, and all you need is 3 outs.
And with Tenney at third, doesn't even take a base hit. If Owens buries a breaking ball that skips to the backstop, that'll be good enough to get the run home. 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball swung at, popped up behind home plate. And this one's going to find its way into the lower bowl.
What's catcher saying?
He just popped up and like stared me in my face like
Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes to Will Baker. Scoreless in the bottom of the 6th. But 2 outs. Henry Owens on the mound. The lefty's 2-2. Fouled straight back on a good swing. Final line for the lefty Zach Logue tonight. The starter for the Leyendas. 5 innings, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, 13 strikeouts, and what will be a no decision for the AAA Buffalo product and the Blue Jays organization. 2-2 on the way. Good 2-seam fastball, called strike 3, and Baker is out number 3 in the Yalls side of the 6th. So we will go scoreless to the 7th. What a pitcher's duel in Florence, Kentucky, right here on the Florence Yalls Broadcasting Network.
Who did the Florence Freedom turn to when it was time to upgrade their scoreboard? Atlantic Sign Company. Through their branding expertise, innovation, and passion, Atlantic Sign Company will help you identify your business to your customers in a way that will exceed your expectations. From concept to the completion, their team will be with you every step of the way. Your sign represents you, your company, and your brand. So go where the Florence Freedom went for their scoreboard. Atlantic Sign Company.
Have you ever wondered what heaven tastes like? Today at the ballpark, we are giving you the opportunity to do just that. To delight your taste buds, we present Curd Town deep-fried cheese curds. These golden crispy morsels, with their gooey cheesy center, are the tasty treat that have all of the angels singing. After trying our delicious cheese curds, we can't promise you a halo, but we do guarantee a joyful stomach and a cheesy smile.
Today's game is sponsored in part by Clark Dietrich Building Systems, a military-friendly employer. Clark Dietrich offers a comprehensive lineup of steel construction products and services across the United States and abroad. Using cold-formed steel, we manufacture innovative products for interior framing and finishing, exterior framing, floor and roof framing, as well as clips, connectors, metal lath, barrier mesh, and accessories. For more information, visit our website at www.clarkdietrich.com.
Scoreless game as we go to the 7th. Jared Cheek back on the bump, and he will face Elmore Little Pasquale. First pitch to Duran Elmore, down and away for ball 1. Aaron Brody and Paul Fritchner with you as the Y'alls look to push the Leyendas to the brink of a sweep, but they will need to score a run in their 7th or hold serve if they choose to take the field in the 8th. Jared Cheek will miss down and away with the fastball, falling behind of the leadoff man in this inning, 2-0. Cheek right back to work. Fastball beat into the turf. Big one hop to Baker at second, on to first. No problem. Elmore out, 4-3 for out number 1. Cheek came in after the starter Bennett in the 6th. Worked quick. Faced one over the minimum. Pitched around a Luke Becker single in the process. First pitch to Sam Little. Called strike at the knees.
Yeah.
It's 0-1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Righty sets and fires the 0-1. Fouled off the back of the batter Little.
I'd like to see that extra innings rule at least once. So far this year, we haven't really had any close games to even entertain that option. But here tonight, be interested to see what happens in the top of the 8th if we go to that rule. And like I said, advancing the rule to the major leagues, you know, who knows down the line one day. But here at the Battle of the Bourbon Trail, when you can test those exciting things and try to mix things up here, I like it.
It's a lot of fun. Sudden death baseball. Fastballs up at the shoulders, Little in a 1-2 count. So far, Florence teams are 2-0 in sudden death baseball, but those 2 games have both been played in Lexington. Breaking balls outside for ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes, but the Freedom won the first ever sudden death baseball game, became the first team in baseball history to walk off on the road. Here's an inside-out swing and a hard ground ball to third. Diving stop by Hundley. A throw to first will be up the line. Belsky has to abort to field the baseball. So through the bag with the single will be the right fielder Little, and it brings up Jorge Pasquale. But then the Y'alls got in on the action last weekend, or I believe it was 2 weekends ago in Lexington.
If he's able to get up quick, I don't know how quick he can get up.
The Legends, after electing to take the field in that Freedom game and watch Florence become the first team in baseball history to walk off on the road, decided the second time around they would take the field, or they would come to the plate. And the Florence Y'alls were able to get 3 outs before the run scored, and the Y'alls won that one. So Florence team's 2-0 in sudden death baseball, and they have done it being both the team that's come to the plate and the team that's taken the field. Pinch hitter for the Leyendas. It's number 7. He's not on their roster. He takes a swing at a first pitch, grounds to third, and it's a 5-4-3 double play.
All right, speeds, yeah.
To end the inning.
Right here, right? The pitcher.
Number 7 not on the roster. We'll just roll with it. Luckily, his at-bat wasn't that long. It was a chopper to Hundley. His toss to second was perfect, and a very quick turn by Baker. So Jared Cheek goes 2 scoreless frames, and now the Y'alls try to walk it off in the 7th in a scoreless game in Florence on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network.
Can't carry a bowling ball in a plastic bag. Can't rub plastic bags together to make fire. Can't turn them into swim trunks. Can't put plastic bags in your Rumpke recycling container. Visit Rumpke.com for recycling do's and don'ts. Learn more at Rumpke.com.
Make your recycling count. Rumpke.
Hey, Freedom fans, let's play a game of Did You Know, courtesy of Life Center. Did you know organ and tissue donation is life-saving and life-changing for thousands of people? How about that more than 600 people in greater Cincinnati are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant? You can change someone's life with a simple yes when you go to renew your driver's license or state ID. Say yes and register to be a donor. Visit lifepassidon.org for more information or to register online. Life, pass it on.
Florence Freedom fans, Walt Kelsey here for Kelsey Chevrolet on Route 50 in Lawrenceburg, proud sponsor of your Florence Freedom. We're just 15 minutes from Florence. Take 275 west to the Lawrenceburg exit. We can handle all your automotive needs: sales, service, parts, and body shop. We are family owned and operated, and we offer a fresh approach. We'll treat you like family. Find new roads at kelseychev.com.
We are Kelsey Chevrolet, from our family to yours.
Y'alls are looking to walk it off in the 7th. They'll need just one run in a scoreless game. Taking over on the bump for the Lexington Las Leyendas, the right-hander Michael Koltak, who will spell Henry Owens after 1 inning of relief. Owens' final line: 1 inning, 1 hit, no runs, a walk, and a strikeout. Both sides very pleased with the efforts they've gotten on the mound tonight. Both teams using 2 pitchers to this point in the contest. Kevin Watley in the box to face Koltak first as a wild pitch is thrown. That gets all the way to the backstop for ball 1. 3-4-5 due up. Just how you would draw it up to try to win a game in walk-off fashion. 1-0 to Watley. Swung on, line the other way. A base hit's going to drop into right field. Watley's thinking about 2. He's around first. He is heading for second. Close play, and he's out there. Watley throws off the helmet. He gets ejected. And so Kevin Watley trying to hustle his way to second. It was a very close play. It looked like he may have been in there. He certainly thought he was. And showed too much emotion for Kerry Lyle's liking. Immediately ejected after slamming his helmet when he was called out at second base. It will be a single for Watley, but he is tossed, and they will stop play until Watley makes his way through the Freedom right field bullpen, and he is in no hurry to do that. Just now to the top step of the Y'alls dugout. The umpiring has been chastised from both dugouts tonight. Warnings were issued in the 6th inning, and that might be why Kerry Lyle had such a quick hook of Kevin Watley there. Brandon Pugh will come to the plate with 1 out and nobody on. First pitch fastball down and away, 1-0. One-0 pitch, the bender, and that's there for a strike. 1-1, swung on and missed. And Pugh falls behind 1-2.
And that just completely changes the dynamic of this inning. Finally a hit, a real solid hit, some momentum.
Breaking ball, Pugh got under it, skies it on the infield, left side. At third base, Luke Heyer makes the call and the catch. And Pugh is retired for out number 2. Still not all the way to 2 hours into this game. And we're 2 outs away from, or 1 out away from extra innings. First pitch to Blaze Spees, who will pinch hit for Jackson Pritchard. Called a strike on the outer third. It's 0-1, and Koltak's working quick. Off speed, swung on and missed. 15 seconds into the at-bat, Koltak has an 0-2 advantage. Already set and ready for the third pitch. Here it comes. High fastball for ball one. So we are one pitch away from seeing the Pelfrey rule in the 8th inning. Here's a swing and a flare towards third, and Luke Becker, a couple of steps in the back pedal, makes the catch. He was busy in the inning, and the Freedom, or the Yalls rather, will go down in order in the 7th. Brian White, you heard it there first on the live mic. The Yalls want a pitch. They'll take the field. Final 3 outs, no matter what. Next at UC Health Stadium on the Florence Yalls Broadcasting Network.
Speeds to go to the left.
Chris Collinsworth here. Western and Southern can help you translate your financial needs. Start with a free, no-obligation insurance checkup. It doesn't take long, and it's a great way to find out how to protect your family's future. Talk to a financial translator today.
Call our Northern Kentucky office at 859-426-3300. That's 859-426-3300 for your free, no-obligation review.
Compensated endorser, Western and Southern Financial Group, Cincinnati, Ohio, R5-1307.
BRG is locally owned and operated, so we take pride in our community you choose to call home. With spacious floor plans, neighborhoods that complement your lifestyle, pet-friendly communities, 24-hour emergency maintenance, the amenities are endless. Come home to BRG Apartments. With communities located in Cincinnati and Dayton, Ohio, as well as in Northern Kentucky, we have something for everyone. Finding your new home is as easy as BRG.
It's not just a truck. It's a way of life. It's who you are. It's proud, free, wild. It's a brotherhood. The Brotherhood of Tacoma. For over 50 years, Toyota has built the best, most durable, go-anywhere, do-anything trucks money can buy. That's the Toyota Tacoma. The truck that feels like it was built for you. Because it is. Built in the USA. Welcome to the Brotherhood. Find out more at your Toyota dealer or buy at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Well, so here we go to the top half of the 8th and the last half inning of this game. The Pelfrey rule in effect at UC Health Stadium in a scoreless game. Just one half inning of extra inning baseball. Brian White before the break telling us that he wanted to take the field, and that's exactly what they will do. The Lexington Los Leyendas will start the top of the 8th with number 7 at first base. Colin Luty in the box, and Mike Million waiting on deck with Luke Becker to bat. Third due up in this half inning. Aaron Brody and Paul Fritchner with you.
Good baseball. All right.
Jared Cheek will step aside after 2 strong innings of relief, and it will be the right-hander Joe Doherty on the bump for the Florence Yalls. Sudden death baseball to start right now in Florence, Kentucky. Again, the rule, the batting team comes to the plate with a man at first base, the last batted out in the previous half inning. For them, that is number 7, who was pinch hitting in Jorge Pascual's spot in the batting order. Colin Luty in the box. And this game will be over after this half inning. It'll either be 3 outs and a 1-0 victory for the Yalls, or a 1-0 victory for the Leyendas if they can manufacture the run. First pitch on the way to Luty. He showed bunt, pulled back, and it's ball 1 from Doherty. There is an electricity when you bring sudden death into the game of baseball. Doherty Doherty will step off, take a look at first base, but not throw over. Right back on the third base side of the rubber now, leaning in for the sign from Mike Galino. The righty comes set. The 1-0 home. Ludi tried to bunt, didn't touch it, and that leaving the count at 1-1. Florence Freedom in their game up in Lexington, ahead 5-0 on the Legends at Whitaker Bank Ballpark. That game now in inning number 7 at an hour and a half up I-75. 1-1 pitch. This time Ludi bunts it foul on the first base side. He'll fall behind 1-2. See, the one thing that I do love about this wrinkle is the guys at first base. So just by laying down a bunt and giving up 1 out, the guy's in scoring position, but he's not just 90 feet away. So it would still take a base hit to score him. 1-2 on the way from Doherty. A breaking ball down and away, bodied up well by Galino, and that saved 90 feet. Count is 2-2 on Ludi, who is 0 for 2 with a pair of pop-outs on the infield. 1 to second, 1 to Mitch Piotnik goes from center to second, and Blaze Spees, who hit for Jackson Pritchard, now in left.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
Doherty missing down with the fastball, and it's a full count to Ludi. Rodney Tinney, the other missing piece in that equation. Tinney goes from left to center. So you were going to be the master at I-score.
I have no idea.
After this game today.
There's no rule for this in the scoring software.
3-2. Ludi bunts it foul, and that's a strikeout. Out number 1. Could not get the bunt down. So the job just got a little bit easier for Joe Doherty. He gets the first out, and the Leyendas were unable to use that out to move the guy up into scoring position.
The weirdest part is if the Florence Y'alls get the 3 outs here, I'm just going to have to hit end game on the scorebook or in the app here, and it'll be a 0-0 game. Florence will have won without plating a run.
That's just the way it's going to have to go. In the box is Mike Millian. He'll lay off a fastball down. Galino a back pick to first, and a good idea, but back in there safely with the head first dive was old number 7. Again, the runner at first base not listed on Zach Getsy's Lexington Leyendas roster. The 1-0 from Doherty.
How about all the fans in the stands that are about to not really know what's going to happen here?
Hopefully they read the press release.
Well, for those that didn't read the press release, they're in for
what? Maybe they won't mind. It's a Wednesday. Most of these folks probably got to work tomorrow. This cuts down on staying at the ballpark all night. You know what the end is coming. First pitch swinging and a high fly ball into shallow left field. Looks playable for the third baseman, Dakota Hunley. And it is. He makes the catch, and the Florence Y'alls will emerge victorious. 1-0. In a Pelfrey Rule game at UC Health Stadium, an extra inning win and 2 wins on the day for Brian White's Y'alls as they push the Lexington Las Leyendas losing streak to 6 games, and they push them to the brink of a sweep in tomorrow's finale at 6:35. We'll be back to recap this game and give a little more insights on what we saw in the leader of tonight's day-night doubleheader as we segue into another victorious Florence Y'alls postgame show next on the Y'alls Broadcasting Network.
Who did the Florence Freedom turn to when it was time to upgrade their scoreboard? Atlantic Sign Company. Through their branding expertise, innovation, and passion, Atlantic Sign Company will help you identify your business to your customers in a way that will exceed your expectations. From concept to the completion, their team will be with you every step of the way. Your sign represents you, your company, and your brand. So go where the Florence Freedom went for their scoreboard. Atlantic Sign Company.
Florence Freedom fans, Walt Kelsey here for Kelsey Chevrolet on Route 50 in Lawrenceburg, proud sponsor of your Florence Freedom. We're just 15 minutes from Florence. Take 275 west to the Lawrenceburg exit. We can handle all your automotive needs: sales, service, parts, and body shop. We are family owned and operated, and we offer a fresh approach. We'll treat you like family. Find new roads at KelseyChev.com.
We are Kelsey Chevrolet, from our family to yours.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hobart, president of Dick's Sporting Goods. I know personally how important sports are to our kids. That's why we've been working hard to make it easier for them to play. I invite you to come into our stores or shop us online. You won't believe all the changes that we've made at Dick's. We have more baseball and softball gear than ever before, an incredible selection of top running shoes, and we've got the hottest clubs in golf like the Callaway Epic Flash and TaylorMade M5 and M6. Stop into Dick's today to see all of the great changes we've made.
Inside UC Health Stadium as we segue into the Florence Y'alls post-game show. Aaron Brody and Paul Fritchner with you. Aaron Brody here, Paul Fritchner there. A 1-0 victory for the Y'alls, and it's an unearned run. Charge to Michael Koltak, who becomes the tough luck losing pitcher in a game that was decided using the sudden death formula, the Pelfrey rule, in the 8th inning. Speechless.
I don't really know what to say because it's tough looking at it to charge a guy with a run and for a team to win the game when they didn't score. But at the same time, the Florence pitching staff was good enough to hold Lexington scoreless. That's how it worked out. Florence wins the game without scoring a run. That's the first time that has ever happened in the history of, well, baseball's been around for a long time. I'm not going to say nothing else weird has happened, but I'd go out on a limb and say that's the first time that's ever happened.
And again, there's no perfect formula, even in Major League Baseball with the international tiebreaker that they adopted for this season. It's always an unearned run. If that guy that starts the inning at second in the big leagues or in the first inning in this situation does not score, it's an unearned run charged to the other team's pitcher. So it will not hurt Michael Koltak's numbers. It will not elevate his ERA, but it will hurt his record as he's 0-1 on the season now. But it's just to speed up the game. Obviously, the arms at a premium in the Battle of the Bourbon Trail. You're focused on development. You don't want to have guys out there too long, and you certainly don't want to use 6-7 pitchers in a 16-inning game when you got to come back to the ballpark the next day, and you might need 4 more arms to get through that game. So it's to speed it up, to make that 8th inning or the 10th inning in a more normal situation a little more exciting. And there is an electricity to knowing that you're watching the final 3 outs.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I don't feel like this is really abnormal for a situation like this with the Battle of the Bourbon Trail, because you said it exactly. If we're sitting here right now, it's 9:22 local time. If we're sitting here until 11:30 in the 15th inning, and then these guys got to come out and play tomorrow with the way the arms are going, and this is, like you said, all developmental, and you got guys throwing 80 pitches in 6 innings of relief into the 15th inning. That just can't happen in a game like this. So what do? You end it like what we just saw.
And it's a lot of fun. So the Florence Y'alls will get, they'll move to 3-0, Florence squads anyway, to 3-0 in games that do take on the sudden death flavor in the 8th or 10th innings. And, hey, Brian White chose to take the field, trusted his guy Joe Doherty to get the 3 outs. They were able to do it, so you got to tip your cap. They know what they signed up for on the other side as well. They've chosen to be both the offensive team and take the field in games in Lexington, and Florence has won those. So it's not something where it's always the team that takes the field that gets the win. We've been on the other side of that. We've been the team that's taken the field once in Lexington and manufactured the run to win it. So it certainly is a lot of fun. It does add an electricity and excitement. And so far, it's the Florence teams that seem to know how to win those games the most. It does take on an element of strategy for the manager, knowing what guys you have left, who you're going to start the inning at first base with, who's coming up in the batting order. All those things certainly weigh in. So it's a lot of fun. First time I've gotten a chance to broadcast it, and I'm happy that it went down the way it did. A Florence Y'alls 1-0 victory, and they push the Leyendas to the brink of a sweep.
And how about, too, Brian White trusting his pitching staff and his defense to say, I want to go out there and I want to pitch.
Yeah.
That's a decision you got to make. Do I want to hit? Do I feel more confident in my lineup to go out there and drive in a run, or do I feel more confident in my pitching staff to go out there and get 3 outs?
Yeah, it's as easy as that. Joe Doherty did the job. He does get the win for his efforts in the 8th inning. He improves to 1-0 on the year, and as we told you, Michael Koltak will get that unearned run charged to his line, and forcing him to fall to 0-1 on the season. 1-0 your final score. The Leyendas out-hit the Y'alls in this game 5 knocks to 2. Neither team made a miscue defensively, and the Leyendas left 3 men on base. The Y'alls stranded just 2. And Paul, take it pretty much from that little note right there. Not a lot of base runners on the base paths for both teams tonight. The starting pitching really was dominant tonight. That was the storyline in this game. Nick Bennett, Zach Logue, and how fun that was.
Zach Logue, 13 strikeouts for his first 15 outs. Only 2 outs recorded in the field for his first 15 outs. 13 strikeouts. Who knows what he could have done if he'd had all 9 innings to work with, if he wasn't on a pitch count limit and things like that. Again, developmental league can't have those guys out there throwing as many pitches as they would in a normal affiliated game kind of a start. But 13 strikeouts for him. He was completely dominant. A AAA arm, and we saw why tonight. And on the other side, Nick Bennett wasn't as efficient in the strikeout category and didn't have 13 strikeouts, but he didn't allow a run. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you're not giving up runs. That's all that counts.
Yeah, just 3 hits allowed for Nick Bennett. Zach Logue left the game after 5 innings. He had not allowed a hit to that point. 13 strikeouts, as he mentioned, for Logue, who walked 1. Shutout baseball through 5 innings for the lefty and the Blue Jays product. For Nick Bennett, 5 innings, 3 hits, no runs. He did walk 1 and struck out 6. And nobody's sneezing at 6 strikeouts in 5 innings either. That's over a strikeout an inning. And Nick Bennett might not have had the 13 Ks, but man, did he make tough pitch after tough pitch. There was a little bit more threats built for the Los Leyendas in the innings that Nick Bennett was on the mound than the Y'alls built when Zach Logue was on the hill. But time and time again, the lefty came up with tough pitches, out-sequenced hitters, and that's the one thing that stood out to me the most was those pitchers were in control of the at-bats. They knew how to get ahead in the count 0-2, and then what they went to from there, they made it a mystery, which that's difficult. The guy stepping into the box, we got really treated to just tremendous pitching tonight.
Yeah, we did, and you and I were talking in between innings, and I made the comment that you could tell that this was a AAA arm. You could tell the difference in the pitching, and that's not necessarily a slight on Frontier League pitching at all, but there is most certainly a difference between Frontier pitching and AAA pitching. And when you see a guy like Logue come in here and the break on his slider or on his curveball and the snap of his fastball and his location, his pitch sequencing, it's just such a stark difference when you see the hitters go out there. And that's the other thing, too. These hitters over the last 3 weeks have been used to the pitching that they've been seeing. And then all of a sudden you see a guy go out there who is maybe 1 break away from pitching in the big show, and he comes out here to UC Health Stadium and just mows them down. That's something that the hitters have to adjust to. They couldn't do it very well tonight, but maybe you give them a couple of more games, a couple of more starts against them, then you might be able to mix it up and see what happens, because we've heard Dennis Pelfrey say, guys can go out there and potentially in later parts of their career have affiliated careers like that. We were just talking about that with Craig Massey the other day, how Dennis Pelfrey believes, now we didn't see Massey obviously tonight, but guys like him that can go out there, Chad Sedio, other guys like that, now they're down with the Florence Freedom, but at the same time, you might see guys like that ascend through their careers if they get the right kind of breaks. Who knows, but tonight it was Zach Logue's night. Lexington didn't win, but he was still dominant, 13 strikeouts in 15 outs that he recorded.
Yeah, and we talked about it time and time again, even in Game 1. We were really setting up, and boy, did it ever live up to the billing. Shutout baseball through both of those guys' outings. For Nick Bennett, again, he went 5. Zach Logue went 5. No runs were scored on either. It was certainly a treat, and let's just hope that Zach Logue will make the trip to Florence again. This is the first time that he has been sent to UC Health Stadium. A lot of times Lexington has saved their horses for games played in front of their home crowds. We'll hope that Logue comes back and we'll get to see him face Nick. Talking about the amount of reps they're getting off guys like that is only going to enhance them as they make their way through their careers, wherever that might take them, whether it's Frontier League, America. Take it back to the game that started us earlier this afternoon, a 2-0 victory for the Y'alls. They didn't need a whole bunch of offense to win either game tonight, but they did improve to now, with their record, it would be 10-5 on the season with 2 wins today. Hey, you don't need to score 80 runs to win baseball games when you have pitching like the Florence Y'alls and Florence Freedom have. The same 27 pitchers pitched for both sides. They made it stand up today, did enough to win a couple of games, and now they got a chance to get a sweep tomorrow.
Yeah, that's for sure. Florence, in the first game, you could tell that they needed that timely hit. They got it. 2-0 win. And then in the second game, nobody scores a run. But the first game, both games really, the hitting, it seemed like the hitters early that the hitters were struggling. It's just that we expected the pitchers today to have that leg up on the hitters. And, you know, Aaron, it's nice once in a while when we go into the day and we say something, then it actually happens.
It seems like that never happens. So, yeah, we finally got one on the board for the good guys. Just the final line score for Game 1. Don't think I read that off to you in the abbreviated post-game show after Game 1 today. 2-0 Y'all's victory. They out-hit the Leyendas 8-4 in that one and played better defense. Did not make a miscue while Lexington made one error. For Florence, they left 7 men on base. The Leyendas 6. It was Reed Hayes who got the win in relief after Jonathan Tripp, improving to 1-0 on the season. Zach Westcott, the starter for Lexington, swallowed the tough luck loss, falls to 0-1. And Andrew McDonald, the rare 2-inning save for the 6'6" right-hander in that 2-0 victory. It was his first save of the year. Both games tonight played in 2 hours and 2 minutes, from 4:34 to 6:36 in Game 1, from 7:15 to 9:17 in Game 2, and 400 right on the nose. Got to take in the action here at UC Health Stadium on a doubleheader Wednesday. So for Paul Fritchner, I'm Aaron Brody. We will see you back here at UC Health Stadium tomorrow as the Y'alls look to break out the brooms on the Las Leyendas. 6:35 first pitch. Gates will open at 5:35, and our broadcast will start at 6:20. Have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday, and we'll see you